Hello, hello, hello. It's Lily here, the love and intimacy mentor here at Love with Intelligence. So I want to share something like just super, super important when it comes to picking the right partner. And this is something that no one talks about, but it's probably one of the most important ingredients when it comes to actually meeting the right person and also creating a healthy relationship too, because I've never seen a healthy relationship without this important quality in a partner. Okay, are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? Because this will be a game changer. Empathy. Okay, you need empathy in a relationship because this is something that it creates the motivation for that person to think of you. Okay, think about your needs, think about your wants, think about how you're feeling. And when you have that in a relationship, that's when you're working together. Okay, this is where you're getting your needs met without having to really ask for them. I'm not saying don't ask for what you need because that's still important and communication is still really important, but it's having someone who's really in tune with themselves and in tune with other people around them too. When you think about empathy and unhealthy relationships, the first thing that most people tend to think about is narcissists. Now, the truth is, okay, and I talk about narcissists a lot and sociopaths and psychopaths and, all these different things. The reason why they are the most toxic people to have a relationship with is because they have no or very little empathy. So when you have that in a relationship, it also means that they don't feel shame or guilt the same way as you do. And that's where it becomes a problem, because if you think about shame and guilt, that's guiding behavior. Most people won't do anything bad in a relationship because they will feel that guilt, or they'll feel bad, or they'll feel terrible for hurting you. So this is something that's so important when it comes to meeting the right kind of partner. So here's the next question. How do you spot empathy? Now, what I tend to find is with most people who don't have empathy is they'll often talk the talk. Okay, they will say things like, I know how you feel, or they'll talk about emotions versus behavior. Okay, behavior is so important when it comes to relationships, because at the end of the day, that's your interaction with the actual person versus the facade or the reality that they are trying to create for you. And I've seen relationships before now where people have been stuck in that loop of hearing their partner go, I'm getting better, I'm trying, all these different things, when actually the actions that they're doing or showing is not the case at all. And that's usually down to a lack of empathy or a lack of care for that other person, because the empathy just isn't there. So always pay attention to actions. The other thing is, how do they react to your emotions? Okay, how do they react to your emotions? If you're feeling sad, what do they do? Are they doing things to care for you? Are they asking you how you are? Or do they show frustration? Now, this is something that I find really interesting when it comes to things like attachment styles. I personally find that attachment styles usually show someone who's got a high level of empathy and also someone who has a low level of empathy, and they get caught in usually quite a toxic cycle. So I just want you to really feel into the difference between people that you may even know in your life, or maybe even past relationships, where you notice where there's empathy there and when there's not. So usually, if there's no empathy, often you can be blamed for your emotions. You can be blamed for the way that you feel, or you can have people emotionally minimize, like, oh, that doesn't matter, you're going to be fine, sort of glossing over different things. Whereas someone who's comfortable emotionally is usually someone who's quite empathic, who is open to exploring and understanding you from a point of trying to help or support you. Okay, so it's very, very different, but it's probably one of the most important things when it comes to a healthy and loving relationship. So on that note, if you are single and you are looking for someone who has that amazing level of empathy, who's actually healthy enough to be able to have a fantastic relationship, then feel free to book a call with me, because I'd love to be able to support you to be able to find that, because at the end of the day, that's what I do and that's why I'm here. And the nice thing is, on that call, it's purely about you. So you can put the credit cards away and all those different things. That call is purely about you and for you, because at the end of the day, I truly believe that everyone deserves love, and I would love to be able to support you to get it. All right, so take care. Share this video to anyone who you feel needs to know this, because it's always good to share valuable information. Right, take care and bye for now.